welcome to Byte Me. Our quest to get you the best stories from across the world continues.
Well, as you know, we go far and wide and dig super deep to get you the best tech stories from around the world. And this week, we've got you a smartphone that's going to make your wallet extremely happy.
And tech that every gamer on a budget wished they had. So what are we waiting for? Let's get this show on the road.
I'm outside Xiaomi's press conference. They're about to launch the Redmi Note. Now, will it be another phenomenal product from the brand? We are about to find out.
I would like to spend more time with the device. The pricing, they've given a hint of 9,999, but with Xiaomi, you can always be surprised.
This device is going to be a killer device if priced rightly in the Indian market.
Hopefully Redmi Note is coming, and there is one more surprise which Xiaomi has actually told us, that they have one more announcement to make. That should be good. Maybe a Mi 4 is coming to India, or maybe some other thing. But let's see. Redmi Note is something which is finally coming to India, for which I'm pretty excited.
Xiaomi has priced the device very aggressively at 8,999. At this price point, it is a very great device and it is going to be a killer device in the Indian market.
One, I didn't even know that the 4G variant would be available. Then it's available for dual bands, so it works in India with the networks in India. So that's pretty good. And the price at 9,999, which makes it the cheapest 4G device available in India right now.
Till now, for all the Xiaomi devices, including Redmi 1S and Mi 3, so this will also get a very good response from the consumers.
Xiaomi has launched this brand new product in India. Now, this is the Redmi Note. We have the 3G version as well as the 4G version that it has launched in 6 cities. Now, to take you through these phones, we have Dhruv Bhutani with us.
Xiaomi's Redmi Note is a very highly anticipated device. The company launched the Redmi Note 3G variant in India today, but they took us by surprise by also introducing the 4G variant of this phone. Hi, this is Dhruv Bhutani from PhoneArena.com, and we're taking a look at the brand new Redmi Note that was launched in India today. Now on the onset, you can see that this device is pretty large. It comes into the phablet category of devices. It's got a 5.5-inch 720p panel, but it's pretty good. It's a very good panel, IPS display. The viewing angles are very good, and so is the color reproduction. It is also covered by a Gorilla Glass 3 layer. However, it's very fingerprint prone. Moving over to the side, you can see there's the volume rocker and the power button here. Complete plastic construction, but the phone feels solid. When you're coming to the price point, which is just 8,999, this is a very solid feeling device. Let's move over to the internal specifications of the phone now. This is powered by a 1.8 GHz MediaTek MTK6592 processor. There's an octa-core processor and it's paired with 2 GB of RAM. But that definitely helps mitigate one of the issues that people had with the Redmi 1S, running out of RAM. This will help on that front. However, this phone still has just 8 GB of internal storage, which is on the lower end for sure. However, you can use the microSD card slot to augment that. It supports up to 32 GB of expandable storage, and that's a chipset limitation. Moving over to the back, this back cover is removable. There's a 3100 mAh battery in there, which is one of the largest that you'll see in this segment of phones. Let's talk about the cameras on this phone now. There's a 13 megapixel camera at the back with a single LED flash. Over at the front, there's a 5 megapixel camera. Now this is very good for those of you who are very keen on taking selfies, and you'll get some pretty decent shots out of this device. Anybody who's used a Xiaomi phone before or has heard of them would know that this phone runs on MIUI. This particular phone is running MIUI 5. You might be aware that MIUI 6 is already out in China. That will be hitting this device sometime in Q1 2015. For now, this phone runs on Android 4.2.2 with MIUI 5 on board. It's not exactly a stock-like experience, but there's a lot of nifty features built in all around. There's very good theming support on this device. For example, you can see that this phone has a theme dedicated to Sachin Tendulkar, and there's a bat that you can slide on. to switch on the device. This is a dual SIM phone, dual standby. One SIM card supports CDMA, WCDMA, that is 3G, while the other supports only GSM. So alongside the Redmi Note 3G variant, we have the 4G variant with us here. And as you can see, it looks absolutely the same on the outside. The subtle differences, especially in terms of specifications, this runs on a completely different chipset. It's powered by a 1.6 GHz Snapdragon 400 chipset, which is a quad-core chipset. Performance is approximately the same as what you'd get on the MediaTek variant on the 3G phone. The RAM and the storage are absolutely the same. Battery life is absolutely the same. What's the added benefit of going for the 4G variant? You get a definite speed boost on the network if 4G LTE is supported in your region. This supports both FDD LTE and TDD LTE. That means it will work anywhere in India on all of the LTE capable networks. And as you can see, the speed that you get on the network is close to 40 Mbps, which is tremendous compared to the 3G connectivity that you have in India. Now, one major difference between the 3G and the 4G variant is that this phone is a single SIM device. So that was a comparison between the 3G and the 4G variants of the Xiaomi Redmi Note. The differences on both the devices, the chipset is different, MediaTek versus Snapdragon 400 versus MediaTek MTK 6592. Performance is approximately the same. What you miss out on the 4G variant is dual SIM support, but you do get much higher download speeds. Beyond that, the phones are pretty much the same. There's a price difference of 1,000 rupees, 8,999 for the Redmi Note and 9,999 for the Redmi Note 4G. Excellent value for money. This is the cheapest LTE capable phone that you can get in India right now, sub 10,000 rupees. Excellent value for money device. You get a lot of performance, you get very good performance and great build quality for that matter for the money that you're spending on this. Definite recommendation.
While they have launched the 4G phone under 10,000 rupees, they still run on Android Jelly Bean. Do you think they're lagging behind when there are phones with Lollipop now?
It's an older version of Android. It's a bit of a disadvantage, but then there are not that many phones out there with Lollipop on board anyway. Plus, Xiaomi has promised that they'll be bringing the MIUI 6 update sometime in the Q1 of 2015, which is not that far away again. It's a bit of a disadvantage, but not really. I think it's good enough for the price point especially.
When we come to the basic features also, display is only 720p. So again, isn't that a disadvantage when other phones are already hitting 2K?
Well, those 2K enabled devices are priced at like 58,000 rupees. So you've got to see the Xiaomi Redmi Note is being priced at under 10,000 rupees. It's a 720p panel, plus the panel quality is very good. Viewing angles are really good, saturation levels are good. So I think it's a very good display for the price point.
So do you think this is a good value for money phone or are there any better alternatives in the market?
I would say it's a very good value for money phone. I'm not too happy with the built-in storage, just 8 gigabytes. That's going to be a problem over long-term usage, but otherwise it's a very good device for the price.
So what do you predict? Will this phone again be like a sold out on Flipkart that has been happening on every Xiaomi phone?
Xiaomi is trying to make some changes on that front. They're chartering a plane to bring in more shipments of the Xiaomi Redmi Note. That said, it's a hotly anticipated device, good specifications, great price point. I think it will be sold out again. So you might have some trouble getting hold of this device.
I must say, Rubina, that was a very interesting story. It's now time to take a break, but don't go anywhere because we have some really cool stories lined up right after the break.